Max. It's actually my first presentation out of 4 presentations within 48 hours. So I will check my notes. Sorry, it's kind of hard to learn 30 pages of text. So about HouseHodl. HouseHodl is a global online platform for buying and selling real estate with cryptocurrency. Namely, we will use Bitcoin and Litecoin. We use cryptocurrency escrow accounts, all multi-signature addresses, as Ragnar described previously, instead of traditional banking accounts, which allows us to decrease trade time, fees, and allows our users to trade real estate remotely. Basically, before we started this project, we actually identified 5 problems that currently exist within the market. So last year, many crypto owners started to look for opportunity to buy real estate. The problem is that crypto owners are hostile towards traditional banking system. They are not willing to cash out to fiat, and actually banks also don't understand crypto people. Successful performance of the cryptocurrency market has attracted real estate owners who are willing to sell their properties for crypto in a fast and convenient way. When you're dealing with banks, you're usually forced to pay not only for escrow accounts, but also for all the related services, which increases your costs and actually decreases your execution time. Also, when transferring money abroad, for example, you're willing to buy a real estate somewhere in US, you usually face strict KYC/AML procedures and also, again, increase in costs and decrease in time. In our age of globalization, there's a huge demand for remote trades, and actually there's a lot of wealthy individuals that face limits or restrictions on cross-border payments. For example, we have a lot of requests from Middle East developers, particularly from Dubai, that are willing to sell their real estate to Russians or Asians, and the problem is that these people usually face strict limits on cross-border payments, as banks are not willing to handle these transactions. So a little bit perspective on the market. Well, the Bitcoin price increased during this past year from 2,000 to 7,000. Now it's a little bit less. The total market capitalization of cryptocurrency is actually 324 billion at the moment. And as of the beginning of 2017, there were 10 million Bitcoin holders worldwide, and it is expected that by 2024 there will be 200 million people holding Bitcoin in the world. And currently there are 190,000 of Bitcoin addresses, which is basically similar to bank account, holding more than 100,000 USD in BTC. So you see there's a lot of people holding a lot of Bitcoin who can and will afford to buy a proper real estate. So there's a little bit of facts and figures, and actually it's like, I don't know, it's 1% of all news coming from crypto to real estate market. I think the most interesting is that in February, 50 luxury condos in Dubai were sold for BTC. And actually we made a market research in Dubai, and there's around 5 to 10 crypto to real estate trades happening every week on that market. US is quite active in this market as well. We've received like 85% that we have received to use our services were from US. Mostly from Florida and California. So when we analyzed all the problems, the potential of the market and the market itself, we actually came with a solution that we already developed and is actually working in our other projects, which is our own cryptocurrency escrow system that we've developed like 1 year ago. So by using our escrow system, we help crypto investors connect directly with real estate people without any involvement of the banks. So crypto payments are cheap, fast, reliable, they work 24/7, and what's more important, they don't request so much KYC/AML beyond what's necessary. Our users will be able to make all payments remotely without opening any bank account, and furthermore, they would no longer face problem when transferring a large amount of funds abroad because of using crypto. So let me just briefly describe how our system platform will work in these basic steps. So first of all, real estate sellers list their properties on HouseHodl. The buyer finds a property of interest and contacts the seller. After the buyer sees the house, he decides it's really something he wants and signs a purchase agreement, and then he locks the necessary amount in escrow, in BTC or in Litecoin. Once funds are locked in, lawyers begin the paperwork and all other necessary procedures. Once the lawyers give the green light and ownership rights are transferred, funds are released from escrow in favor of the seller. Now, the important question, not only for technical people, but also for people dealing with money, is how our escrow system works. Ragnar already explained this approach with 2 out of 3 signatures. We actually use the similar approach in our crypto exchange that we already running for 5 months. So each time a contract is created between buyer and seller on HouseHodl, our system creates a unique cryptocurrency escrow account on a public blockchain. So we don't store any of your funds within our system. We don't have any wallets. We don't have anything. It's basically stored on public ledger. Each escrow account is uniquely created based on a single contract, meaning escrow accounts are never reused, and we ensure by that highest level of security. So each escrow account has 3 unique keys that are distributed between the parties involved. In this case, it's buyer, seller, and HouseHodl, or it can be your lawyer or any mediator you choose. So after buyer sends Bitcoin into escrow and the funds are locked in, they can only be transferred out by signing 2 out of 3 keys. This means that in case the buyer wants to take back the Bitcoin after receiving ownership rights, or the seller tries to take the Bitcoin before changing owner, they will not be able to do so because they need at least another key. So to complete the transaction, one party needs the other party to sign off. Also, the 2 out of 3 keys approach ensures that our platform will be able to allocate funds according to the resolution of the dispute, if any dispute will occur, of course. So this is how the platform will look in real life. So suppose you want to buy a house, you go to the website and browse the listing. Finally, you find something you like. To arrange a demonstration, you might, depending on the seller conditions, need to lock a small amount of crypto in escrow, or it will be for free, whatever. After you see the house and decide it's something you really want, you sign a purchase agreement, and then you go ahead and lock the necessary amount in escrow. So it might not equal the price, and you can just partially pay for your house in crypto and partially in fiat. For example, we have a lot of requests from people who are willing to accept safety deposit in Bitcoin, but they're willing to accept the rest of the part in fiat. So basically, you can pay just 2% or 3% reserve a house for yourself, then go to bank, receive the loan, and pay for everything else in fiat. We're just handling the crypto part. As the funds are being locked in, lawyers start the paperwork. Lawyers can be ours or yours, depending on the conditions set. For example, in Dubai, we are offering both our lawyers, the legal company that we work with, and you can also take another company which you prefer, or your own lawyer. I think the people who are buying flats for 10 millions, they have enough lawyers around them. So, and once the lawyers give the green light and ownership rights are transferred, funds are released from escrow in favor of the seller. So that's it. So why should you use HouseHodl? First of all, we have the trustless system. So basically, you don't need to trust your counterparty to do a trade, because the approach of our 2 out of 3 multi-signature address, which protects your interest and the interest of the person who is behind the real estate. You don't need to ask a bank's permission to transfer funds abroad or accept these funds. Actually, with our escrow system, we already complete more than 500 trades over the last 3 months, with a total turnover of more than 1,000 Bitcoins on our cryptocurrency exchange. And all trades on our platform will be executed remotely. Crypto allows you for fast and cheap transactions 24/7, which means that you will be able to sell or buy real estate Saturday, Sunday, Thanksgiving, whatever. Choose your day. And we are making the platform that will be able to give you opportunity to list your property, sign agreements remotely. For example, in Dubai, DocuSign is official system that accepted with government authorities, so you are able to sign purchase agreement or preliminary purchase agreement in DocuSign, and you will be able to make payments and receive payments. A little bit on our roadmap. Yeah, and actually we already received a lot of requests from yacht and superbot sellers that are willing to use the same system to sell luxury goods. So if you have any friends in business jet aviation, I would be more than happy to speak with them as well. Thank you very much. Questions?